Hey, my name is David Elahee. I'm also known as Black Magic. I'm presenting the game Double Kick Heroes here at PAX East. It's a metal rhythm shooter. You use your metal groove to shoot at zombies, sharks, dinosaurs, you name it, we got them. Think of like Guitar Hero meets Metal Slug, and that's it. I've been making game development for like 10 years. I worked in a small company doing shovelwares, and then I went on at Motion Twin, which was quite a bigger company, which was pioneering free-to-play games. But we did a lot of Ludum Dare and other game jams. And so when the opportunity came out, we left our job to just keep jamming. And at some point, we made a game jam which succeeded much more than the others. Yeah, I grew up playing a lot of RTS, like Command & Conquer, stuff like that, a lot of RPG, Baldur's Gate, and growing, I discovered I wanted to create games, so I started by making Duke Nukem levels, then I went on to learn 3D, and then I thought, okay, let's learn some programming, so I thought I would do a career in regular programming, but at some point I stumbled upon the fact that it was only business and it was really unfun. So I left regular programming and went into a game dev school and started to make my own games. We don't take much inspiration. Usually we jam a lot and we train our skills to jam a lot. So we made a game jam, and at some point we said, let's make the game we want to play. And we wanted to play something that was like Guitar Hero, except you don't look at a band, which is not quite funny. But we went to the spirit of metal, which is each song is an emotion, a feeling, a story, a narrative. And so we said, how do we reconcile the metal and the shooter aspect? How do we get to the core of that idea? So we tried some stuff and said, okay, maybe that could work. So we put a prototype in 2 days, and we put it on the internet at the end of the Ludum Dare. And then we went to sleep because we were, of course, tired working all days long. And when we went on, it was like exploding in our face. In 1 week, we had 30,000 played on the internet. So then we said, okay, let's trash all of our game design, let's do this. There is a demand for a rhythm game on Steam, like Rock Band or Guitar Hero. There's a demand for shooting with metal. There's a demand for metal games because there's not so much metal games. And that was like this. And then we went to seek funding, so we had funding with banks and states, but we failed to find a publisher because our game was too bizarre, too unique, too niche, and so we continued, and here we are. For this game we worked a lot upon, we drew a lot, not from games except Guitar Hero of course, but more from cinema like Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez. We love that mood a lot, and we love the colors and the settings and what they told, which was quite some hyper-violent but stylized stories, which is all about fun really, but it was like a huge influence on us. We're 4. There's a graphic designer, pixel artist, which is Guillaume, my friend. And then there's Elmobo, which is the metal composer. He has been scoring 150 games. He's also a metal producer. He recorded like 50 bands. And there's Yannick, my community manager and brother, which helped us a lot trying to get the word on the street. And myself, which is I'm the game developer and the game designer of all the stuff. We first started December 2015, and so we worked like 66% of the time upon the game, and these days we are working 100% on it. We've shown it at many events in France or in Germany, and we won several awards, which really led us to improve and make a bigger game, because we've seen that the audience was here and was really loving the game. So we are trying to push it and pump up the quality until it's really like a good indie game that will, we hope, leave a trace and will leave something in the history of indie games, I think. I hope so. I use a custom engine which is adapted from what we did at Motion Twin. It's upon a language called HAX, which is quite close to C# and Unity environment, except it's all open source. The game itself is closed source, as obviously we have licensing stuff with the music and stuff like that. But the prototype is open source, the game engine is open source, and the language we use is full open source. So it was important to us. This language allows us, in fact, to project the game in other technologies like CPP or Flash or stuff like that. So it's really a custom engine built for scaling. Yeah, of course, you always learn things. In the beginning of your career, you learn to code, then you start to learn how to texture a game, design, how to make it simple at first, but give it depth, and you learn a lot of things. Usually indie game developers do change styles a lot, because when you have learned something, you want to get out of your comfort zone. So I always try to have some rhythm elements in my game, but this is really my first rhythm game. There's so many moments, in fact. It's amazing, because I never did game events before, so we've been on tour showing the game at many events, and it was quite unexpected to win awards after awards in France, public prize, business prizes, in Germany, best indie game, and it was like quite, it's amazing. And going to all these countries, it's amazing, and there's not like one moment, but it's really a collection of moments, and I think I will never forget this project. Obviously, this was the first time I could make my passion, which is metal and arcade, and I could put it in a game entirely. Before I made RPGs or free-to-plays, stuff like that, and this is really the game I wanted to build all this life. At some point, I think I trained all my life to make this game. You can go on our website, http://dkh.rocks or doublekickheroes.rocks, and that's it. You can reach us on Steam. It will probably be on GOG, and we have also our studio website, headbang.club, and that's it.